because when you want to communicate it, you cannot communicate it because they're incapable of understanding that level of communication. So it feels to you like, am I crazy? And then it makes you more and more angry, right? Okay. It's always so beautiful to support someone, especially when there's a lot of, they're in an environment where there's so much going on, right? So we really got to center them and their energy. It's always nice to be able to be supportive to people who are going through difficult times on this planet. Because, let's be real. I mean, there's a lot of interesting energy that's happening on this planet. And it's important for us to be able to keep our energy cleared from the negativity or from entities that, are coming onto us energetically, and to be able to clear that. Just the other day, I had a woman who had sleep paralysis, and it was this entity that was constantly, affecting her. And I said, it's really simple to get those entities off of you. All you have to do is focus on something you really love and just blast it around your entire body, and that entity will leave. And she started doing that, and she was like, oh my God, the entity has not come back in my room. And I said, of course not, because love, right? Spirits are hoping that you go into fear. They're hoping that you access that level of fear so that they can feed off that fear, because that's what they want from you. That's why they're coming to cause those things, right? But when you go into love, you transmute that. You become an alchemist. You become this amazing being who's shifting the frequency. And any being that is of low vibration meets love, it's like, oh, watch out, right? So let's go, right? So it's an honor to be there to support people. Okay, so let's go ahead and see who else wants to go live. Let's see who signed up for that. Let's go with AR. AR wants to go live. Yay.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm on the train right now. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. As long
Okay.
as you, hey, that's the most important.
We're stopping right now, but I'm just thankful for everything you've done. The Live by Path is great. I gave your book away literally to my friend's sister. I was like, just take it, open it up to her page. I love talking about you, and I may be different from people, but you really show me that it's okay to be different, and I'm a light, and sometimes that light is gonna hurt some people, but I'm still here. I'm gonna keep burning. I'm gonna keep going. Thank you. So yeah, I was gonna ask Shaman if you could help me release like this anger towards my mom and my dad. Like I just want to let it go. Like
Yeah, so let's look to that, but I need you to be in a place that's stable. So are you in a stable place where you can
yes,
sit?
yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. Let's take a look at that for a second. So let's pull in their files energetically. Okay. Well, right off the bat, there's a problem where the energies, when I brought them in immediately, the first thing that happened was conflict. It was like this intense past life, unresolved, not taking responsibility for how they're treating each other, conflict that affected you emotionally, energetically, and honestly, was a bit neglectful, because like the energy that showed up was neglect, but it was almost a selfish neglect. It's an energy of, I'm focusing only on us and I'm not focusing on you, and it's all about us. And so there's this feeling inside of, well, then why did you choose to have a kid? Right? and it's like, sometimes it's almost crazy, because when you want to communicate it, you cannot communicate it because they're incapable of understanding that level of communication. So it feels to you like, am I crazy? And then it makes you more and more angry, right? So I got that energy when I pulled the files down. Now I'm looking here, about a 78.4. 78.4 is Okay, so I'll tell you what a 784 is. A 784 means that you have this idea of who you think your family should be. Okay. But then there's the reality of who they are. And they're both sitting in front of you, right? And you keep looking at what they should be and who they are and what they should be and who they are and what they should be and who they are. And every time you look at who they are, it makes you angry. And the anger is coming from the idea of who you think they should be versus who they are. So you haven't accepted where they are in their evolution. And remember, look, not all the time are we supposed to get along with our parents. It's like not mandatory that we get along with them, but to accept who they are. Like I had to accept that my mom would never be my mother and that she was always going to be, who she is. And that is what I accepted. Right. But when I used to try to think like, oh, I can get my mom to change, if I help her, if I support her, if I, do all these things, she's going to become the most amazing mom. Well, no, it's just not the way it is, right? And then it would make me angry and be like, why did I do all this when she just was only going to do more things to try to hurt me, right? So, so what we need to do is we need to go inside to that place within your heart. So first thing I'm going to do is talk to your spirit of your heart. Every part of your being has a spirit. So, spirit of the heart, I love how you're showing up for our beloved brother right now, who is such a beautiful soul, as you know. That's why you chose to be his heart. And I love how you are beautifully operating the energy of the flame within the flame and releasing the anger, frustration, annoyance, agitation, judgment out of his system through either deep breath, deep yawn, deep cough, continuous swallow, or burp it out of his system and clearing it from his body now. And I love how beautifully you're doing that and orchestrating that through his heart fire and releasing it out of his system right now. And I love, heart, how you're increasing it and making it stronger. And I love how you're beautifully expanding that fire of his heart to release even more of the anger, frustration, annoyance, agitation, and judgment. And I love how you're clearing it even stronger, so strong that you're coughing it out of his mouth uncontrollably 50 times to clear his whole energetic system. Oh, I see there's an entity. Why do you want him to be angry? Is it because you were angry when you had a human form before you died and went and turned into a spirit? I see. I see. So right now, isn't it wonderful that I'm showing up for you and addressing you and sending you into the light so that you can heal this pain that you've been carrying in the darkness for so long? I'm happy to hear that. And now that you're going into the light, can you now release him so that he can cough out all the poisons that you've been trying to stuff inside? Looks like he's going to purge the poisons out of. I love showing up for him right now that since I sent you into the light, that you can support him now that you're in the light and you're in the darkness to release these poisons and vomit them and cough them out of his mouth. Ancient elders, he's going through a purge I love how you're now whipping up the most amazing medicine for him to bring into his body to help him and assist him with this purge. And we're going to go ahead and open up some Icarus sounds from him. De mana 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 ba we de ke ka we ne. Good. That bring that Icarus to his body. Good. And spirits, I love how you're orchestrating more release from his body. If there's anything else that needs to release, I love how you're just bringing it out of his mouth and throat and clearing it from his system now. And we're I'm operating within the quantum field of the timeline spirits. Timeline spirits, I ask you now to dissolve his timeline from his past and give him a new timeline that connects him to new opportunities, experiences, and joyful experiences, dissolving all cords, attachments, energies, all cause, core, effect, record, memory, discordant vibration of any energy field or vibrational field that has reconnection with his mother or his father, and create a severest energy form that is operating in 5 sequences to then release it from his limbic stem as well as his prefrontal lobe. Begin that process now. When you've completed, cough it out of his mouth 5 times. And spirits, when that task is completed completely, cough it out of his mouth 5 times, and let me know you're done. shifting his limbic stem and his prefrontal lobe.